Hi guys, Coach Steve here from Smart Endurance Solutions with an important announcement that's going to affect people racing Ironman and 703 races in 2024. Um, so whilst we haven't had an official announcement from Ironman, we have the rumor mill is ratcheting up based on a couple of races that are confirmed a big change for athletes. So what is going on? So for anyone who has raced in the last couple of years, you know that the on course hydration is Gatorade, Gatorade Endurance, which is fine because we know what we're getting. It's readily accessible around the world in terms of regardless of what region you're in, your flavors are okay, etc. And we've got used to it. Big news is that could be going away. I'll talk about a couple of races which you 100% know it's gone, and also what's the latest state of play for the rest of the world. But quick, why are Arman doing this? Yeah, gotta call a spade a spade. It's the it's money. Arman has a history of kind of changing and squeezing vendors to kind of improve their margins. They've done this with training plan platform providers. It went from Training Peaks to Final Surge to TriDot, etc. They will have done the same with 3 years ago's Enervit as the fuel on course and hydration. They changed that to Gatorade and Morton. By the way, no change to Morton. They're still on field gels. And now it looks like they're changing to a new provider for the hydration. So what's the new option? A crowd called Mortal Hydration. And to be honest, I have never heard of these guys before. They may be big in the States, but I've never heard of them in Europe. So I had to do a fair bit of research on these guys. Um, Things that jumped out for me, there's quite a difference in terms of calorific kind of content of the drinks. They've got some funky flavors like margarita, etc. We don't even know what flavors will be on the course. So this is a big question mark for us. But this could be something that Ironman typically do a global rollout because they'll get more economies of scale of that. But we don't know because there's been no real official communication from Ironman. But we do know some races it has affected. And why is it important for you guys as athletes and me as an athlete? I don't want anything new on race day. If I'm going around Venice and I'm absolutely roasting, I need some electrolytes. I've trained with Gatorade. I know what it's like. I've never trained with more than hydration. I don't know whether it'll how it'll react to me, what the flavors are like, etc. I will combine with my nutrition on race day. It's also, as I said, it's part the calorific value you get from your drinks as well will inform a part of your overall calorie intake as your nutrition strategy. And I already have spotted a big difference in calories. It's the Mortal guys are 40 calories versus a Gatorade for 180 calories. That's a huge difference if you're planning on using them to keep your kind of calorie levels up for the race day. Speaking of which, I do have a video if you want to learn a little more about actual race day nutrition. That's in the comments below. But back to how this change affects you. You do what you want to try beforehand. As I said, this could be the best thing in the world for you, or could be the worst thing in the world for you. What you don't want to find out is in one of those opposite end of the spectrum on race day. So you need to try beforehand. So where is it confirmed? 100% sure where it is going to be on Ironman Texas, because we have got athletes who receive emails on that. And I think 70.3 Texas is the same. But when you look a little bit more into the communications on or the references, the website for other races, they're removing kind of the Gatorade reference and just making reference to ESO, which again, that could be Gatorade, that could be Mortal Hydration, could be any of it for all we know. But so we don't know. The only races that are 100% confirmed are Texas so far. So we don't even know if it's a North American thing. We don't even know if it's a European thing. We don't even know if it's an Asia Pac. And that's a question out to the guys. Have you raced? We've already had some races in the bag, Asia Pac wise. What was on field? What was on the course? Was it Gatorade? Was it something different? Was it more hydration? And how did it work for you? Put in the comments below and we'll get a bit of dialogue going and we can kind of fill our own knowledge gaps, seeing as we're still waiting for Ironman to come back to us. So get stuck in the comments below. And also, what do you think of the change? For me, it's too short notice for a lot of guys who have been training for the last 6 months for Texas, and then suddenly you have to there's another something you have to build into a trial. What do you think? Okay, so what should you do and what will I do as an athlete? I am emailing my race director in terms of Venice and Hamburg, the race I've signed up for, and I'm asking for confirmation on the hydration. Now, this will overwhelm them, but again, I think this is a failings in Ironman's communication strategy. They should have just said, look, this is going to be across the board. These are the races that are affected, and let that message come out, rather than the admin guides are going to be overwhelmed with thousands of athletes asking the same question and forums asking the same question. So, but we got to know. Speaking of which, I'm going to be emailing kind of and conversing with all my athletes and kind of collating the information that I get fed back from what they hear on their races, etc. And I'll be sharing via a series of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the little bell, and when I get the next update, so you'll see from the horse's mouth whether or not we know. We'll just form our own list of races that have made this change, or will be Gatorade, etc., or will have their own local hydration. And if you do get confirmed it's mortal hydration, well, try to get your hands on some trial packs. This link was posted up in my Ironman U Certified coaches forum, which means I'm going to use this. I'm not affiliated with these guys. I'm using it. I'm going to just get some hands on some flavors, and I'll feedback how it worked for me. But so first, confirm what's going on in your course. Do you need to try this stuff out? Look, it's not ideal. As I said, personally, I think it's too short notice and from Ironman, and also it's poor communications, as in they just kept us in the dark and just threw this curveball. Like you're talking, it's 4 or 5 weeks out from Texas. That's not a huge amount of time. But it's part of the Ironman journey. We do have things that we throw and curveballs at us. We adapt, we overcome, and we survive and thrive even. So hopefully it's just another blip in the road. Let's keep each other informed. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I'll share my findings as I go along. Otherwise, have a great day's training.